America's most iconic jet, the one that made Top Gun famous, is currently being flown by America's biggest enemy. Iran built its entire air force on planes it was never supposed to keep, technology it was never supposed to understand. This is every Iranian fighter jet, and the story behind each one. F-14 Tomcat. The Shah of Iran paid $2 billion for 79 of them in 1974. And when revolution came, America wanted them back. Iran said no. For 47 years, the IRIAF flew the F-14 Tomcat, the only country outside America ever to operate it. Iranian pilot Major Jalil Zandi became history's highest-scoring Tomcat ace with 11 confirmed kills against Iraq. The U.S. retired its own Tomcats in 2006 and destroyed all spare parts to starve Iran out. It didn't work until March 8, 2026, when Israeli airstrikes obliterated the last Tomcats at Isfahan. And the era of the Persian Tomcat is finally over. F-4 Phantom II. It set 16 world speed records before Iran even bought it. And Iran is still flying it in a 2026 war. The F-4 Phantom II first flew in 1958, making it older than most of Iran's generals. Iran inherited 63 of them from the Shah, modifying them with Chinese radars and Iranian avionics. On February 19, 2026, 9 days before the war started, a Phantom crashed and killed a brigadier general. On March 1st, Israel destroyed another on the ground at Tabriz. A 68-year-old warplane still dying in a modern war. That is Iran's Air Force in one sentence. F-5 Tiger II. America gave this jet to allies in the 1960s as a cheap, exportable fighter, and Iran used it to build an entire domestic aviation industry. Iran received 35 F-5 Tiger IIs before the revolution, and then reverse-engineered every bolt until it understood the aircraft completely. The Azarakhsh, the Saeqeh, and the Kowsar, Iran's 3 homemade fighters, are all copies of this single American airframe. Without the F-5, Iran has no indigenous air force at all. Israel destroyed one at Tabriz on March 1, 2026. The most important jet Iran ever bought wasn't a weapon, it was a blueprint. MiG-29 Fulcrum. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1990, Iran went shopping and came home with 24 MiG-29s, the closest thing to a modern fighter it had ever owned. Built to match the F-15 and F-16, the MiG-29 is the only Iranian jet still doing its original job in 2026. During Operation Epic Fury, Iranian Fulcrums flew over Tehran, intercepting American and Israeli drones and missiles in real time, while Russia quietly delivered more MiG-29s to Iran in September 2025, just months before the bombs fell. Old, outnumbered, and still airborne, the Fulcrum refuses to quit. Su-24 Fencer. 2 of these jets nearly started a regional war on March 2, 2026. 2 Iranian Su-24 bombers, flying low and fully armed, targeted Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, home to 10,000 American troops. Qatar scrambled its F-15 QAs. The Su-24s ignored every radio warning. Qatar shot both down, the first aerial kills in Qatari Air Force history. Iran acquired its Su-24 fleet from the Soviets, then supplemented it with jets. Iraqi pilots flew to Iran in 1991 to escape coalition destruction. Iran declared them war reparations and never returned a single one. Stolen jets, 35 years later, almost hitting an American base, are Su-22 Fitter. This jet belongs to the IRGC, Iran's ideological air force, and it survived exactly 2 days of the 2026 war. The Su-22 is a Soviet variable sweep ground attack aircraft Iran quietly absorbed from Iraqi war spoils after 1991. On March 2, 2026, U.S. Central Command released footage of 2 IRGC Su-22 fitters destroyed on the ground at Shiraz Airport, blown apart before they ever got airborne. The Su-22 had its most famous moment in 1986, when American F-14s shot down 2 Libyan Su-22s over the Gulf of Sidra. In 2026, it never even got that chance. Su-25 Frogfoot. This is the IRGC's tank killer. Slow, armored, built to fly through anti-aircraft fire and survive. Iran operates roughly 10 Su-25s through the Revolutionary Guard Air Force, deployed for close air support and ground intimidation. The Su-25 built its brutal reputation in Afghanistan, where Soviet pilots flew it through walls of anti-aircraft fire in the 1980s. Iran used these jets to intimidate Kurdish opposition groups along the Iraq-Iran border, the exact same groups the CIA was secretly arming in early 2026. In a war dominated by stealth jets and precision missiles, the Frogfoot never pretended to be something it's not. Mirage F-1. France built this jet, Iraq bought it, Iran stole it, and has been flying it ever since. During the 1991 Gulf War, Iraqi pilots flew their aircraft to Iran to escape coalition destruction. Iran impounded every single one and declared them war reparations. The Mirage F-1 EQ was one of the finest fighters of its generation. Fast, agile, are radar-guided missile capable, and Iran has kept 12 operational despite France refusing to supply a single spare part. The same aircraft Iraq used to bomb Iranian oil tankers in the 1980s now flies Iranian colors. History has a very dark sense of humor. Chengdu J-7. China built this as a licensed copy of the Soviet MiG-21, and Iran bought 17 because when the world has sanctioned your military, you take what you can get. Iran uses the J-7 for quick reaction interception, scrambling to identify aircraft entering sensitive airspace. In May 2022, two Iranian J-7s collided midair near Isfahan during training, and both pilots died, killed by 1960s technology in the 21st century. In 2026, facing American F-22s and F-35s over Iranian skies, the J-7 is not a weapon. It is an obituary with wings. Hisa Azaraksh. Iran took an American F-5 Tiger, studied every single component, and reverse-engineered the entire aircraft from scratch without a single technical document from Washington. The Azaraksh, meaning lightning, first flew in 1997 and became Iran's declaration of aerospace independence under total Western embargo. Only 6 exist, making it one of the rarest fighter jets on Earth. Western analysts dismissed it as a repackaged antique. Iran didn't care. It proved a sanctioned nation could replicate an American aircraft completely. And it opened the door to everything Iran built afterward. 6 jets that changed an entire nation's military future. Hesa Saeqeh. Iran gave the Azaraksh outward-canted twin tails resembling the American F/A-18 Hornet, called it the Saeqeh, meaning thunderbolt, and announced it as proof that sanctions cannot ground a determined nation. Roughly 12 exist, flying with glass cockpits, digital networks, and Iranian-made ballistic computers. Iran even formed a dedicated Saeqeh aerobatic demonstration team to broadcast this message globally. What makes this jet powerful is not its combat ability, it's its existence. America spent decades trying to starve Iran out of the sky. Iran responded by building its own aircraft and daring Washington to do something about it. Hisa Kowsar. Iran unveiled this jet in 2018 with its president sitting in the cockpit for cameras. And the entire global fleet consists of exactly 4 aircraft. The Kowsar is Iran's first fully indigenous 2-seat combat jet, with avionics built entirely inside Iran without a single foreign component. 4 jets, against F-22 Raptors and F-35 Lightning IIs and American carrier strike groups. The Kowsar cannot change the outcome of any battle in 2026. But it changed everything about what Iran believes it can become. Sometimes the most powerful weapon a nation builds is the one that simply proves it can build weapons at all. Su-35 flanker Russia and Iran signed a $6.5 billion deal for 48 of the most advanced non-stealth fighters on Earth. And the 2026 war may have killed the entire program before it began. The Su-35 can track stealth aircraft, carry R-37M missiles with a 400-kilometer range, and outmaneuver virtually every 4th-generation fighter alive. The first two arrived quietly in November 2024 at Hamadan, disassembled inside a Russian cargo plane. Iran had already trained its first pilot class specifically for this jet. Then, February 28th arrived, and American bombs started falling across Iran. Whether these Su-35s survived, whether the remaining 46 jets ever arrive, nobody knows. It came just in time to watch everything burn.